I came to write the second article for the British Deaf News. It was in the magazine itself, but I had a little column and it was called Around the Country. So it was about travelling around Great Britain. But I focused on one area specifically. It was to do with the different deaf clubs. So there's the one deaf club and the how they is a lot less than they used to be before. I want people to look back at the deaf community the way it was before and see what a strong community it actually was and promote that. It's not the same anymore. Deaf clubs don't go to a club where they all socialise with the different generations. They go to house parties or to the pub, but it wasn't like that back then. The community really came together. It used to be run by volunteers and they'd nominate someone to be in charge, whereas now it's all really official and charity run and you have to be nominated and I think it detracts a lot of people from coming along. It's the same with the volunteer work. Lots of 20 years ago, lots of deaf people started teaching BSL as voluntary because they wanted people to be aware of their language. And they're helping people to sign and it was free and people would offer it for free and they'd do it for free and they didn't expect anything from it. But now it's very different. You have to apply to be a volunteer and you get paid for it. But I mean, the deaf people aren't bothered about being paid for it. You have someone in control of you and telling you what to do. And then now, oh, yeah, you have to be qualified to teach, so you need all these things and you haven't got that. So in the article, I was looking back at how all this has changed. We were lucky years ago. Schools years ago, they had lots of different ones, private schools, and I went digging for information. Throughout the West Midlands, I had a look back at what was available and what life was like. In the 1900s, a deaf man set up a deaf club. He controlled it himself and he was in charge of it. And he worked really hard to keep it going. Just looking back was absolutely amazing. There was no media about it. It was just all about the deaf people. But now you have people that are just involved in everything. They spend too much time watching the TV, and there's lots of other different things going on. Whereas before, Deaf Club was your world. The deaf community was what kept you going, really. But it's very different now.